Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Two Shores, One Story. I'm your host, Matthew, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Right now in Takayama, it is spitting rain at a rapid pace. My English is deteriorating as the day goes on. I'm really sorry. Yesterday, it was a spectacular day, but not in Takayama. That doesn't really make sense, does it? Yesterday, I went on a trip. Now, you are my listeners, so you know that last week I also went on a trip. I went to Kanazawa. If you didn't know, you can listen to that. That is episode 14, I believe. And that trip could have been better, and do talk about that in the podcast. But yesterday, I went on a much better trip. And why was that? Well, first of all, it was not by myself, so I didn't have to plan. They all did it for me. I just was invited, and it was very nice. What did we do? So yesterday, we went to Kagamigahara. You might remember that place. I had been there before. I went there to get my car, and I went there to see a friend as well. So it's a really nice place in Gifu. And this time, the reason we went is because there was a Sakura festival. What is Sakura? Sakura is cherry blossoms in English. So it is this time of year that the cherry blossoms start to bloom, and it's a really magical time in Japan. And it was so nice. We woke up really early. I woke up at 6:30 a.m. And I left my house at 7 a.m. And recently, I have been starting a cut. Now, for those who don't go to the gym, might not know what that means. It means I am in a caloric deficit, which means that I hope to lose weight by forcing my body to not use a lot of calories. Or it doesn't have to burn a lot of calories. Instead, it can burn the fat in my body. So I'm forcibly making my body burn fat by not having a lot of calories. So for the past few days, I have only been having a protein shake for breakfast and then having my actual meal at lunch. Yesterday was a bit different because I had that, and then we arrived around 8:30, and there was a lot of food stalls, because it's a festival, right? So you gotta have festival food, and I did. I was okay with it. Like, I knew I could have some things, and I tried to make sure I had protein and that kind of stuff. So what did I do? First of all, I saw that there was butter potato, and I love butter potato. It's so simple, but so good, and it just warms my soul. So I had that, and I ordered it. I was really shocked because it was a huge potato. There was 4 pieces of it, and then he put so much butter on it. Like, there was 2, spoonfuls of butter, and I was like, oh no, what am I doing? So I got that, and then I put a little bit of mayonnaise on it for flavor. It was so good, so delicious. So I'm eating that as we're walking, and we go to another place with food stalls, and I saw steak. And as an Albertan, I have to get steak. And I made a smarter choice because this one had vegetables. And by vegetables, I mean some form of leaf and corn. So I had that with some steak pieces, and it was so good. Oh my goodness. I was transported to heaven. Not even kidding. But then it got better because I got fried chicken, which I love. Any form of chicken I love, but I saw fried chicken and I had to get some. And I went full out and got the large form of the fried chicken. So I think it came with 16 pieces of chicken. Wow. maybe not the best for a cut, but I did share with my friends. So I ate 11 and I gave 5 away. I'm an angel. But it also helped me with my cut because I only had 11. So even with those 3 like festival foods, I was still under my caloric deficit by a good chunk. I think after consuming that, I had 69% of my calories for the day. So that's pretty good. Then we went to, I talked about food before the trees, the Sakura. And that's kind of important because it's a Sakura festival. Actually, yesterday, I learned a phrase that Japanese people say, and it's called Hana Yori Dango. So dango is a type of food, and the phrase means before flowers, we look at food, or we focus on the food. And it was true. As we were walking to the festival, we were admiring the flowers and the trees and taking pictures by this red bridge, and it was beautiful. But right when we saw the food stalls, we were just like looking at like what we would get, and we weren't looking at the trees at all, which is a bit unfortunate. After we got our food, we did go down to the river and sit and just talk and eat, and then we were admiring the cherry blossoms and taking pictures and videos, and that was nice. After that, though, we stayed there for a bit, and we arrived at Inuyama, which I don't know if that's in Gifu or Aichi. I'm not too sure, but they wanted to go. The friends of the ALT wanted to go, and to our luck, there was another festival happening there. It wasn't a Sakura festival, it was called the Inuyama Festival. So there was a bunch of floats, and they had marionettes on top that someone in the float was running. Very cool. Lots of people. I got a drink. I got a Cola Zero, which is 0 calories. So that was good. And it was a really good weather yesterday. Perfect weather, but it was a bit hot during that time because it was around 12. So the sun was directly hitting us. And in fact, someone, I think, fainted. And maybe an older gentleman fainted, and there was an ambulance. So that wasn't the best. It was a beautiful day yesterday. I actually got sunburnt. That was kind of funny. Not really. But yeah, we were walking just along. We were going to go to the castle, but it said it took 80 minutes to reach the castle. So we just went up the stone stairs to the shrine area and then walked back down. And then we went on our way to an onsen. And this onsen, personally, I didn't like it that much. It was nicer than the one I went to by myself, but the temperature outside was not very warm. It was kind of lukewarm, and the water inside was too hot for me. So I didn't enjoy it that much, but my friends did. So maybe it was just me. I don't know. I'll put a link to the onsen in the Instagram comments so you can check it out, in case you want to see if I'm right or wrong. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Yeah. So, the festival, 2 festivals in one day, and then we went to an onsen. After we finished at the onsen, we all had a drink. Now, what kind of drink? This drink is called orapumin, or orapo, sorry. It is a combination of orapumin, shi, which is a vitamin drink filled with vitamin C, and Pocari Sweat, which is I don't know if it's a fizzy, well, it's fizzy. I don't know if that's water, though. I have no idea. Anyways, it's an electrolyte drink. So when you combine them, they're really good to have after an onsen because you lose a lot of sweat and it's just not the best, right? So you energize yourself by having this drink, and they put it always in a nice cold glass, and it's really nice. So we all just sat down and cheersed for the day and had that, and it was really nice. Then after we went home, my friend got donuts, but I couldn't eat them. So that was okay. We had a nice dance party in the car as we were driving home. And then I had to get dinner because I ate mainly around 12. So I haven't had dinner yet. But the issue is that I had a lot of food. And with the orapo, my caloric, what is it called? The amount of calories I had left until I reached my max was 492. But I wanted something to eat because I didn't want to have to be hungry later. So I went to the convenience store, Lawson, and they have many different dinners that you can get. They're all really nice, but if you're in a caloric deficit, it's not the best. I did find something that was close enough. It was 625 calories. And I assumed that maybe because I walked a lot yesterday, today is Sunday, if you haven't realized. I went on Saturday, but when you listen to this, it will be Wednesday, so sorry for that confusion. Anyways, because I walked on Saturday a lot, I thought maybe I at least lost 100 calories, perhaps. So I thought it was okay to have this protein meal. Just rice and protein. That's all it was. And I was 6% over my calorie amount. And that's okay. Can't be perfect all the time. It's hard to be sustainable if you try to be perfect every day. And I did notice that I felt better on Saturday because I had a lot of food and a lot of calories compared to other days where I just had a protein shake and I was waiting till lunch. And I mean, I'm just getting used to doing this. I've never done a diet. So this is an interesting experiment for me, for sure, to lose weight and to be more appreciative of food and what I'm eating. Because I do like to eat chocolate. I do like to have milkshakes at McDonald's. I do like to do a lot of that stuff. But it's not the best. So instead of having a lot of chocolate when I'm wanting to watch a show, me and my friend were watching a TV show, and he's in Wakayama, but I'm here, we do it online. But I had 2 pieces of toast with peanut butter, so that adds a little bit of protein and sweetness, with 25 grams of chocolate on the side. What am I doing? But it was good, and it was a nice little treat for me, and it helped me with my protein goal. I still haven't really hit my protein goal for the day yet, but I'm getting there. And it was a nice little filling snack that was healthy in a way. It's okay to have chocolate. With this diet anyways, I'm only focused on calories and protein. So in that way, it's kind of an interesting experiment to see what I can do. And actually after this, I want to make yogurt clusters. I've never heard of such a thing, but on this thing or calorie deficit diet, I'm like, this looks so good. Basically, it's just frozen yogurts. That's maybe low Greek yogurt, low fat Greek yogurt. My goodness. And you mix that with blueberries, frozen blueberries. You freeze the clusters, and then you dip them in chocolate, and it sounds super good. So I thought that'd be a nice little treat to pick me up when I'm just need a little bit of something to get to lunch, or I need something to eat after I get home from work, because I found that I got home from work and I would just go on my couch and peruse through Instagram looking at high protein, low calorie meals, and then I would fall asleep. Even though I had a lot of things to do, like do my taxes. So yeah, I need something to pick me up and give me a little bit of energy. So I think this would be a really nice little healthy snack that can get me through to lunch or to dinner, and we'll see. But I'm going to make that today, and I'll let you know tomorrow or next week if I remember. I hope. Yeah, so it's a nice little adventure that I'm doing with food and seeing like what I can do, and I can still live my life, which is nice. I can still have snacks, which is good, because last week the new teachers are here and that kind of stuff, and I've been given snacks, so I got some things like little Alfor chocolates, which I really like, and I was able to eat it still because it was within my calorie amount, right? So as long as it's like within my calorie amount and it has some type of protein, I'm happy. And that's good. So I can keep doing this until, I guess the app I'm using says until July, and the app I'm using is called Chronometer. It's basically like My Fitness Pro, but it works better on the iPhone. There's more things I can do rather than paying to use My Fitness Pal. So I like it a lot. And yeah, I weighed myself the first day that I decided to do the cut, and I was 75 kilograms. And today, I weighed myself after eating the festival food and that kind of stuff, and I lost 0.3 kilograms. I lost 2.3 kilograms since then. I now weigh 73.2 kilograms, and that's exciting. That's great. So I'm excited to make more healthy, conscious decisions, like walk to school. Maybe when I have enough money, I can fix my bike and bike to school or bike around my town. I want to walk in Takayama and enjoy the weather because the sun is coming out and it's longer. Last month, the sun set. My goodness. I was thinking of rose, but I couldn't think of the opposite. The sun set at 5 always, but now it's at 6, and it's so great. So I'm excited to do that. And yeah, we'll see how well I do. We'll see. Now, I don't know how this worked. At the beginning, I talked about my trip, and I went on a different trip and talked about my health journey with food. So that's an interesting tangent, but I think it's okay to have some tangents, especially because this is my podcast and I can do whatever I want. But I'm kidding. But I think it relates to the trip, and yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. I'll let you know. Until then, I hope you have a great day. If you are doing any, or if you have done a cut or bulking or if you have any ideas for what high protein, low calorie snacks I can eat, because I'm always wondering, please let me know on the Instagram. You can comment on this post that will be released it's released today. Please comment and let me know what you're doing. I would like to know. But until then, I will see you later.